Hello, today I'm reviewing Siege of Castellax by C.L.Werner. So this book is about the Iron Warriors, who are Chaos Space Marines, and it's another novel in the Space Marine Battles series. I decided to ask for this one for Christmas because it's not only C.L.Werner's first 40k book, but it's the first Chaos-centered Space Marine Battles book as well, which makes it interesting to me. So starting off, it's got the usual mix of Space Marine characters as well as human characters, and as I've often said in different videos, one could feel a bit disharmonized from how the Space Marines feel, because they're very unique and they're meant to be a bit more motionless than humans, almost detached, I guess. So it includes some integral human characters, which, for example, an unwilling human slave and an unwilling human soldier. And they really pay dividends in this book, like a lot of 40k books I find. Especially in this novel, because there are a lot of horrific and pretty downright nasty scenes. So you sort of get the horror in a more eidetic sense, rather than just sort of, I'm a Space Marine, I don't care about this guy getting his head blown off. The Iron Warriors in this book are pitched against the Orcs, and unusually it's the Orcs laying an Iron Warrior's world to siege. And I quite like that role reversal there. But the Orcs I have a bit of a complaint about, because in a lot of Space Marine Battles novels, I think about 3 or 4 Space Marine Battles novels, they turn up and there seems to be a very formulaic course of events for Orc participation in some books. Because they're a bit like zombies in a computer game. They're really cool and quite funny. Well, to me maybe not to everyone, but I find them quite funny, zombies. But it's sort of this formulaic plan of kill all these small orcs as they run towards you, or shamble, in the convoluted analogy I'm using with zombies. And then you fight, sort of whoever's controlling the zombies, or a big tougher zombie later on. And the comparable there is the Orc Nobs or the War Boss. The War Boss usually comes right at the end to have a little climactic battle scene. I'm getting a bit disenchanted with the use of orcs myself. But don't get me wrong, I think they're fun and interesting, but they're not used in a way I'd like. It's sort of a bit too samey for me. But on the other hand, the actual plot in the book from the Iron Warriors view, which is obviously quite a central one, is amazing, really. It's got an intricate set of plots, counter plots, friendships, friendships is a bit strong, but rivalries and some people who get along a bit better. And it really gave the book some great tension, and it became quite a page turner about halfway through. The counterpoint to that is that it started off slowly, I thought. It had a cool scene at the start, which I won't spoil. It started off a bit slowly, but then it really picked up halfway through, and that's where it really hotted up and got interesting. The actual action was pretty brutal, and there was a sense of hopelessness regarding the characters. Like I said, with the humans, it's quite understandable when they're pitted against this huge orc horde or other enemies, I'll say. I kind of wonder if the orcs were sort of a conscious decision, because the thing about my analogy with the orcs and the zombies is that the focus really isn't on the orcs, because although they do have some comedic character, they don't have the sort of intricacy of other races. Like the Chaos Space Marines has sort of got the, you know, dichotomy of being really loyal and then they're suddenly really hate-filled and they're traitors. So the Orcs, they're kind of simple, but they do work in a sense that they don't take away focus from the main protagonists, such as the Iron Warriors. And it kind of worked well because the Iron Warriors plot was quite intricate, as I said before, so it didn't detract from that. There were some moments of typical Werner humour, as you might have seen in the Skaven books, and this was quite. I quite enjoyed those moments. The moment I'm thinking of in particular was find it first and you get to eat it, but you have to read it to find out what I'm on about. And the humour is important in a sense because a variety of emotions is always good in the book, and well, a book, and it sort of helps the imagery almost. It sort of complements imagery because you've got a good mix of emotions that the reader can feel. You don't want it to just be fighting, or anger, because it gets dull. In conclusion, I had some great characters and a really intricate plot that I enjoyed. I didn't really enjoy the Orcs that much. They weren't terrible. There was a couple of moments I liked, but again, there is the sort of formulaic Orc thing. But I think that's a complaint of Black Library as a whole, or just the Orcs. I don't know if they've been written well enough, in my opinion, in the books I've read. I haven't read every book that has Orcs in it. The book doesn't get super exciting immediately, but it really picked up about halfway through, and I think your perseverance will be rewarded in the case of this novel. So, C.L.Werner, I think, has done a good job. Probably one of the better Space Marine Battles novels, but I seem to keep saying that every video, so maybe I just like them all. Maybe I like Space Marines too much. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.